This video will help you prepare the data for importing it into HTGmanager. The process is really quite straightforward. HTG will email you a spreadsheet, a data import template. That spreadsheet contains a number of tabs or worksheets, each of which relates to a particular data file that we require for HTGmanager. One spreadsheet, multiple tabs, each tab relating to a single data set. We'll cover each of those data sets in sequence now. Staff user list, very straightforward, very simple. The user's first name, the surname, email address if you have it, position or role if you have it. We need 4 columns, even if some of the entries in columns C and D might be empty, we still need 4 columns. The data, this is a very basic requirement really of the data import process. The data needs to be presented in the way that we've requested, first name, surname, and in the sequence that we've requested. That makes the import process very simple and very straightforward. The second issue that's most important is that if you have any concerns or questions at any stage of this process, you need to contact us by email or phone and we'll answer those straight away. The support is there for you all the time. The second data set is for the heads of department, the department name and the full name. We require the first name and the second name, as not Mr. Jones or Mrs. D.F. Bradbury. It needs to be Bill Jones, Sarah Bradbury, so that we've got all the data that we need, and again in that same sequence. The same applies to the heads of year. The year number, 7, 8, 13, and the full name and first name and last name. The same applies to form groups. What's the form name and what's the full name of the teacher who's holding that form group? Class list is a little bit different in that the class name has up to 8 characters. Call it what you will, but it needs to have up to 8 characters. The MIS code or course code is the code or the reference that you use to relate to a subject throughout your system. If you use capital G, small e, small o, geo to represent geography, then that needs to be consistent across all of these data files. It's the way that we link the data together. Business studies is a perfect example. If you put business studies in this column on this file, but in the class assignments later on you put business, then the two will not join up. So that level of consistency is important for the data to work. The process is simple, it just needs to follow these basic rules. The student's data, a bit more complicated, but not difficult by any means. The UPN, admin number, first name, surname, they're straightforward. Gender, straightforward, but instead of male we just need M. Instead of female we need F. Single character, M for male, F for female. The form name, the academic year needs to be again a number, just the number 7, 8, 13. In LEA care, children in care, that's usually a T for true, an F for false, or it could be a Y for yes and an N for no. Free school meals, in order to sort of cater for the pupil premium, we would suggest maybe 3 conditions. P for those children who are entitled to pupil premium. If they're taking free school meals at the moment, then you would have a yes for that. So by having a yes, they automatically qualify for free school meal for the pupil premium. And N, these children have never been on free school meals within the last 6 years. So that gives you all the permutations that you need to handle that. Ethnicity, whatever ethnicity descriptions that you use. EAL is English as second language, yes or no. SCN, again put down there the statements that you use to recognize those students. Do you use action and action plus, or do you use A and A plus? Whatever you use, comply with that. Gifted and talented. In that sequence, in those and everything works very, very simply, very quickly. Student assignments. This is the class groups for each subject that the student is assigned to. So you'd have the student's UPN, you'd have the class name. And it's really as simple as that. End of year targets, EOY. Some people refer to this as MEG, minimum expected grade. So we have the student's UPN, we have the course code, subject code that they are studying, and the end of year target that you anticipate that they're going to achieve. Again, the MIS code needs to be consistent to use the geography and the business studies examples again. If it's geography, if it's GEO in the class list, it needs to be GEO in the target grades. If it's business studies in the class list, it needs to be business studies in the target grades. That consistency allows the data to match up cleanly and simply without any errors. Students' Key Stage 2 data. This is the information coming through from the end of their Key Stage 2. The UPN. MIS code again, very simple. If you're using maths, English and science, and if it's ENG for English, then it needs to be ENG in the class list, ENG in the student assignment, and ENG in the Key Stage 2 data. Banked or certified? Certified or banked. The UPN number, again, consistent, the MIS code. The grade that they acquired, achieved, and whether it's a certified grade or a banked grade. And finally, the student assessment history. UPN number, the same consistent subject or MIS code, and the level or grade they achieved at that assessment. Now, HTGmanager has the ability to import data going back as far as you would like to go. And that's an ambition. In the short term, in the initial phase, we just want the most recent assessment. That then allows us to import this data, build the system for you, show you how it works, and then you can subsequently determine how much history you want to import. That's the subject of another discussion. That's how you import, how you prepare the data for import into HTGmanager. So you prepare the data, you complete the spreadsheets, each template as we've described, send the completed spreadsheet back to HTG, ready for us to verify it prior to import. Final reminder, if there are any questions, any concerns, at any stage of this process, please contact us by phone, contact us by email.